First of all, fuck the rat race. Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel. My name is Cherisse, and today I want to talk about how you are not behind in life. This is something that I have been really on the vibe of reminding myself for a long time, for many years now. I feel like if you have lived a nomadic lifestyle, perhaps you haven't, but a lot of the nomads that I meet are much more at peace with a slower pace in life in general, in completing goals, in doing things, just a slower way of living and just enjoying life to the fullest along the journey. If you're new to my channel, 4 months ago I left 4 years of living nomadically out of my forerunner and am settling into an apartment at the moment with my brother. And it has been a really difficult transition, and this is something I was actually talking to my therapist about today. Is one of the most difficult parts of entering into this more stable form of living, to a certain degree more stable, and moving to the city and being in apartments and just surrounded by people, is that the societal pressure to go, like all the time, to reach your certain goals at a certain age in life, to be married, to have children, to have a full business of your own, to be a fucking doctor, whatever it might be. There is just this immense pressure from society and from the media, and it just escalates. It just gets really, really intense when you are living in the city and working a normal job. Everybody kind of has this mentality of being in some type of rat race, and this is something that I walked away from 4 years ago when I did move into my forerunner, and I adopted more of a mentality that I had already kind of previously adopted to moving into my car, but this mentality of a slower way of living and just taking life at a more leisurely pace and not pressuring myself to just be a certain way or be at a certain point in life. I decided not to continue with my college education when I was a teenager. I dropped out of college when I was 19, and I am so glad that I did that, because at this point in my life, I just have to say, all the things that I wanted to go to college for when I was 18, 19 years old, I have no desire to do those. I used to want to be a teacher, like an elementary school teacher, and then I wanted to be an English teacher, and I definitely have no desire anymore to do that. I still do enjoy, like, I think that I kind of held on a little bit to, like, the teaching mentality, because that's kind of what I'm doing with my YouTube channel. Some way down the line, I would also like to possibly return to college to study, like, maybe massage or holistic medicine, but I'm not pressuring myself at all to do that. And a really difficult part of coming and living in the city and moving in an apartment where everybody's at this it's a faster paced society, which are most cities that I've been in, possibly all, it can be a little bit difficult to hold on to that part of myself and that mentality that I've created over the years, that, hey, Cherisse, there's no rush. You're not in competition with anybody else. I'm not even really in competition with myself, to be honest. And I think that a lot of people can adopt a self-competitive attitude to help them achieve things and motivate themselves and stay determined and create the willpower and all of that. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I personally find that, like, just rather than competing with myself, just moving at whatever pace I'm moving at and accepting it and being okay with it, while at the same time accepting, hey, maybe I can incorporate something new, maybe I can learn something new at my own pace. But like I said, it can be really difficult when everybody around you is kind of moving at a faster pace than you are, or at least trying to. And I will admit that even after years of holding this slower paced mentality, that it feels like from all sides, everybody and everything is screaming at me, Cherisse, you're moving too slow. Cherisse, you're worthless because this is where you're at. You're 29 years old, blah, 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 blah. And that's just not true. And I think that a lot of people need the reminder that it's okay to move at a slower pace in life. I was talking to my brother about this yesterday, how some people have very simple lives. Some people are satisfied with having very simple lives, while other people want to accomplish more, that I guess society would consider it more, to become a doctor, to save lives, to whatever it might be, to be a lawyer, one of those things that is considered, I guess, higher class. The bigger money makers that take a more extensive education to reach to. And there's like myself, where, you know what, I have goals and I have dreams, little ones. They're not super big, but at the same time, to me, they can seem enormous just because of where I'm at in life. And I have been really having to crack down on reminding myself that I am not here to compete with anybody else. I did not choose to create a more stable, sedentary lifestyle just so I could compete with other people and get back into the rat race. No, I created this lifestyle for myself because I wanted to work on my mental health, and I wanted to build the things that I already had while having some form of financial stability to back me and allow me to create a deeper mental health healing. I'm getting to see a therapist now because I'm staying in one spot for an extended period of time. I have a job that is consistent, and I consistently am getting paid every 2 weeks. That is actually very nice to have, even though at the moment I do not like my job at all. I am on the job search for another one. I have been looking at coffee shops because I know that I always love working as a barista. It is one of my favorite jobs that I ever had. So I'm like, you know what? If I'm on this path to creating deeper mental stability and getting the support that I need, I'm going to be seeing a psychiatrist soon. And I'm hopeful that I can find some medication to kind of help create a little bit more stability with my bipolar that I deal with. So I am reminding myself, I'm not doing this for anybody else. I'm not doing this so, hey, I left being a nomad and I want to become a billionaire now. Like, I don't even really think that I'd want to be a billionaire, to be honest. That sounds like an crazy amount of financial responsibility, but you know what? If that happens somewhere down the line, I guess I'm open to it. We'll see what happens in life. At the end of the day, I remind myself, I'm 29 years old. I'm 29 years old. Literally, my life could change overnight. My YouTube channel could just like blow the fuck up, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I'm completely financially stable just through that. Like, there are so many crazy things that could happen, and as much as life has been kind of beating me down a little bit lately, I am definitely leaving like the door open to the universe to like prove me wrong in the skepticism and pessimism that I have kind of been entering, which I will also say I feel like is a pretty healthy skepticism, considering I can be an overly positive and hopeful person at times. And then right now I had a really massive reality check recently and an identity crisis. I just questioned all my beliefs, and I think it's actually really good. I think that I needed to go through that to have a healthy level of skepticism. I think that skepticism is not bad, and I think even pessimism can have a very positive influence and result by adopting every once in a while. So anything could happen. Anything could happen, and it's okay if it takes me a little bit longer than everybody else to achieve my dreams and my desires. And this applies to you too. You are not in competition with anybody else. I have to accept this constantly, and I think that a lot of people need and want this reminder that you are doing enough. You are doing enough with where you're at, and I'm so proud of you for showing up every day, for taking care of yourself, for taking care of your family, for doing what needs to be done, even if you're in a place where you're not totally happy with yourself or your life. One thing that moving back into this more sedentary lifestyle has taught me is that, you know what? Sometimes you have to go through things that are not very comfortable, and you're not always going to be 100% happy with where you're at in life. But what if you're in the right spot? I mean, I will also say there's the other side of that, where if you are so severely uncomfortable, maybe it's time for you to make a fucking change. Maybe that's your call to make a change. But maybe this is also your time to sit through the storm. Allow it to pass. This song was playing earlier today, and it's like, you're in the eye of the storm. I don't remember what it was, but I was leaving the apartments to go to my therapy appointment, and that song just started playing. I was like, damn, that's the fucking, that's the truth, dude. It feels like that right now. It feels like I am just in the middle of this massive storm, but you know what? It's gonna pass. It's gonna pass. And sometimes you have to let yourself work through those difficult times and the uncomfortable moments to get out on the other side and be stronger. This is just, I am grateful for some of the people in my life right now that are just really encouraging me to stay strong through this. And while my dreams and goals are very different from theirs, I do know that I think they're right about that. Like, I think that I'm in a point in life where the universe is just telling me, sit it out. You're exactly where you're supposed to be right now, even though it makes you feel uncomfortable as fuck sometimes. And who knows? Who knows? Any day that could change and I could make another move. I have been really looking over my goals and my dreams because I plummeted into a really depressive episode recently, and I have been coming out of it, and now I'm like, hey, reminding myself, why are you here, Cherisse? You have to remind yourself why you even chose to do this. So this is a little bit different, I guess, the message that I'm sharing, because I'm speaking from my own perspective, but I just want you to know it's okay. It's okay if it takes you a little longer to achieve the things that you want to achieve. And it's never too late to start over. It's never too late to do something that you've always wanted to do, or to learn a new skill. I was like 24, 25 when I taught myself to longboard for the first time. Dude, I'd wanted to do that since I was like 12 years old. I'd wanted to learn how to skateboard. And, you know, not everybody waits till they're in their mid-20s and 30s. Maybe you're in your 30s or 40s and you want to do something like that. Like, teach yourself how to skateboard. Teach yourself how to snowboard. Whatever it might be, go somewhere pretty. You are never too late to do that until you're dead. So, congratulations. You've probably got a lot of life left to live if you're watching my channel. And you are among the majority. Most of you guys watching this are around my age range to 60s. Even in your 60s, you got lots of life to live, especially if you've been taking care of yourself. Like, get out there. Do what you want with your life. Enjoy it to the fullest. Like I said, you are never too late to start over or to start doing something new. So, yeah, guys. Stop pressuring yourself. Stop pressuring yourself to fucking move at the speed of goddamn light to complete your goals. And do not compare yourself to anybody else. Ever. Ever. It can be really easy. For instance, I have this friend, and she owned her first house by like the time she was like 23. And I'm just like, this girl has her own house, her own business. She's a fucking baller boss, like badass gymnast, like so crazy, insanely talented in skills. And I could like just sit there and compare myself to her and be like, damn, like, and I'm like 29, I'm here in life, and like, whatever, I'm such a failure. I could do that, or I could look at her and be like, damn, that's inspirational as fuck. That's inspirational as fuck. And I will also say this was not just like hand-me-downs that she got from her parents. She's been through fucking hell, and she created this for herself from nothing. From nothing. Okay, so once again, I could compare myself to her, or I could be like, you know what? First of all of those things that she's created for herself are not necessarily the same as my dreams. But if she can do it, this girl who's been through hell, and no, we don't have the same exact life experiences, and we are completely different people and motivated by different things and all of this, but that is so inspirational. It should not just be something that is discouraging you. But I also understand if it is, if you take those comparisons and you take them too far to heart, and you let them just get you down and be like, wow, that person's there in life and I'm here. It can be easy to get wrapped up in that cycle of comparison, but I'm going to tell you right now, you should not be doing that. Your story is unique. Your story is absolutely unique, and I don't know all the whys to why we go through certain things in life and why certain people just seem to achieve success and love way earlier on in life. I don't have all those answers. But what I do know is that you should not be comparing yourself to them, because your story is unique. We are all different people. We process things differently. We think differently. We create differently. And that is beautiful. That is so beautiful. There's no rush to get where you're going. Like many proverbs say, it's all about the journey. It's not about the destination. The journey is the destination. And that can be really frustrating to hear sometimes. I know, that's just like, okay, so cliche. But for real, what are you going to do when you get to where you wanted to go? You're going to create a new goal and have somewhere else that you want to be. And that's not a bad thing. I think desire and planning and wanting to create more from yourself and your life is totally natural and beautiful. But I think it's really good and beneficial to take a step back from all the things that you want to achieve in life and commend how far you've come. Commend all that you've been through and the fact that you're still here. Not everybody makes it this far. And that is a sad truth. You've made it this far, which means that you still have so much time to create. You have so much time to create. What would you do differently if you didn't feel any pressure from anybody or anything outside of you or from yourself? If you didn't feel any pressure to do things faster, what would you do differently? Would you take more time off of work? Would you spend more time with your family and friends? Would you take more vacations? Would you do more things that you love? Would you create more in other ways than just financially? What would you do differently if there was no deadline to meet? What would you do differently if we all just accepted that we're just here to live and, hey, that sounds cool, maybe I'll do that. But you know what? That one doesn't sound so great. I don't really want to do that. You know what? I think I need some rest right now. I think that's what my body needs the most. You know what? I just really need to take like a 10-month vacation and see the world, or just go to the park up the street for 10 minutes. What would you do different if you weren't just crushing to get stuff done so you can get things done faster than somebody else, or because you feel like you're lagging behind somebody else in the successfulness of life? What would you do different if that wasn't real? Because I just want to let you know right now that that mentality is only going to be as real as you let it. You can live a life that is free from constantly pressuring yourself to do more and do more and do more. Why are you going to wait till the end of your life to live it? Once you finally complete all your financial goals and dreams, and then you're 60 or 70, and then you're like, okay, I have earned the right to live life now. Now that I have worked so hard for these past 60 years, 70 years, now I have earned the right to live. And you know what? Maybe you're happy doing that. Maybe you're happy doing that, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, everybody is different. Everybody's different, and maybe this message isn't even for you. But if you've watched it this far, my guess is that it might be. I know it can be difficult, though, when everything around you is just giving a message and putting on the pressure to live that rat race type of life. How difficult it can be to go against the grain and do something differently, because sometimes you will get a lot of shit back from people who are jealous. Who are jealous because you're choosing not to pressure yourself to live that lifestyle. And this is something that I deal with a lot from people who don't like to watch me rest. They don't like that I am living a different life than they are. They don't like the fact that I am taking life at a slower pace and choosing to take care of myself. Some people don't like that because they don't give that to themselves, so they are going to think that you do not deserve to give that to yourselves. But you don't have to adopt that belief, and you can 100% let that go. Perhaps you are somebody who wants to adopt a little bit more balanced. Maybe you even enjoy working more. Maybe you like that. Maybe that's something. Maybe you are somebody who is just extremely ambitious and you thrive in that. That's beautiful. I think that is so badass. I just gotta say that right now. If you can thrive in just being a go-go type of person and enjoy that, I think that is honestly magical and inspirational, because that is definitely not the type of person that I am. But I do recognize that there are a lot of people that might be able to thrive in that. But I want to say right now that if you are not that type of person, if you do not thrive in that mentality or in that environment, it's okay. It's okay to move at a slower pace and be gentle and compassionate with yourself, because you have different needs than other people, or because you want to live your life differently and more slowly, because you want to create differently than somebody else. There is nothing wrong with that. This is one of those times that is good to embrace your uniqueness and also accept that you're not alone in that. If you feel alone in that, I understand. I totally get how that feels. I feel pretty alone in that, being out here, but at the same time, I know that there are people like me, because I've met a lot of them. A lot of them. They're everywhere. You are not alone in that at all. I was also talking to my therapist about this, about how it can be a little bit rough. When it comes to choosing to allow certain people in my life, is that a lot of people have that rat race mentality and are kind of can project perhaps a dissatisfaction with their own life, or the fact that they do not allow themselves to rest. They can project that onto me, and it can make it a little rough sometimes for relationships when I live a certain type of lifestyle that is very encouraging to rest and self-care and self-love and moving at a slower pace. And it can really trigger other people sometimes. And especially being in the city where more people have adopted that rat race mentality, I am a little bit extra cautious about who I am going to allow into my circle, because I don't really want to be put down more than I already have. But at the same time, I realize that is some fear and doubts of my ability and the universe's ability to bring people into my life who are going to love and accept me for my little slow-paced mama vibes. So, yeah. Yeah, guys, that's gonna be it. I feel like I honestly took this video in a different direction than I kind of thought I was gonna go with it. But I think I got out pretty clear for the most part, what I want to say. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do like and subscribe. It helps my channel grow, and I'm super excited. My channel is growing super fucking fast right now. So thank you for being here along for my journey. You guys are absolutely amazing. And yeah, I hope that you're patient with yourself. Whether you are somebody who is quite a bit more ambitious, or you're somebody who just really wants a simple, easygoing life, I hope that you're patient with yourself no matter where you're at right now, because you deserve that. You deserve to give yourself patience, to give yourself rest, to give yourself a little time off every once in a while, to treat yourself well. You're doing amazing. Maybe you're a baller shot caller, like boss ass bitch up in this shit. Upon which I fucking commend you, and you inspire the motherfucking shit out of me. I think it is so badass. I have so many friends that are just complete motherfucking bosses. Like, oh man, I'm like, y'all are the fucking shit. But I'm not going to compare myself to you, because I realize that I'm just very different. And that's beautiful. We balance each other out. I get to encourage rest and self-love and patience and compassion and kindness in my friends that are much more fast-paced. And they get to encourage ambition and inspiration into my life, that I can achieve my goals. Because you know what? Look at them out there doing that shit, maybe at a faster pace than me, but you know what? That's inspiring as fuck. So, you are amazing. You are beautiful. You are enough. You are doing enough. And I hope, genuinely, that all of your dreams come true. I hope that you achieve all the things that you want to with your life, and learn to create peace around the things that are not moving at the pace that you want them to, and learn to create peace around the things that are crumbling or falling apart, or that you might not be as successful in or achieving in the way that you want to. I know loss can be very, very difficult, and when it comes to any form of success, any form of loss in relation to success can really hit home hard for anybody. So if that's what you're going through, I also want to send you a lot of love, and I wish you the best in that. Thank you guys once again for watching my channel, and I hope you have an absolutely amazing and beautiful day. Okay, I love you and I believe in you.